don't let people tell you that we can't solve our problems. We know what to do. If we are able to come together and overcome the special interests in Washington, there's no reason why we can't solve our problems. On health care, I've put forward a plan that will save $100 to $125 billion a year by putting more money into prevention so children are getting regular checkups instead of going to the emergency room for treatable illnesses like asthma, by using medical technology and electronic medical records. We can save that money and we can take it and provide health insurance to every single man, woman, and child in America, and we can do it by the end of the next president's first term. By the end of my first term as president of the United States of America, we can have universal health care in this country. We can do it. We know what to do on education. Look, so many of our children are starting school their first day already behind. So if we invest in early childhood education, we get $7 back for every dollar we invest in improved reading scores, reduced dropout rates. And then we can focus on teachers. You know, my sister is a teacher. I know how hard they work. And if we want to do something in schools, we've got to invest in our teachers. Pay them more money. Give them more flexibility. We can hold them accountable, but don't just use a standardized test to measure their performance. Work with them to figure out how we can measure progress for children, and don't punish schools that have more low-income children and low-performing kids. Give them the resources to do better. And by the way, when our children graduate from high school, then let's invest so that you don't have to be rich to go get a college education. You don't have to be loaded up with $20 or $30 or $40,000 worth of debt. Right now, the way it works, we send half of our student loans from the federal government through banks and intermediaries. You know how much they take out? $8 billion in profits. Now, I don't mind banks making a profit, but don't make it on the backs of a child who's trying to get an education and get a start in life. Eliminate those subsidies to banks. Eliminate those profits and invest that $8 billion in making sure every single young person here at the University of New Hampshire and all across the country are getting a decent break. That's something that we can do. We can do something on energy. If we increase fuel efficiency standards on cars, I went to Detroit to make a speech and told the auto executives, I wasn't very popular, but I told them, stop blocking fuel efficiency standards. If U.S. automakers are going to compete, we've got to have better cars. And if we got to 45 miles per gallon, we would replace the equivalent of all the oil we import from the Persian Gulf. Imagine what that would do for our economy, for our environment, and for our national security. We have an opportunity to, as we're dealing with global warming, to put in a cap and trade system that is tough, that not only reduces greenhouse gases, but also creates a whole new generation of jobs and businesses in green technology. There is no reason why we can't have solar power and biofuels and a whole series of new innovative approaches if we've got the will in the White House. If we've got somebody in the White House who doesn't think global warming is a hoax, but recognizes that it's one of the greatest threats we face as a human race. Even on our foreign policy, as discouraging as it seems right now, and it's discouraging, let's face it, because there are no good options in Iraq right now. There are bad options and worse options, which is why back in 2002, I said this is a bad idea and opposed this war from the start.